Hi everyone, Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and thank you for joining me for day 2 of the 7 days of yoga challenge. So today we are focusing on getting a full entire body stretch. We're stretching the legs, the hips, the arms, the back. We're getting a full body stretch today. You won't need anything for this, just yourself and your mat, and whenever you are ready, let's begin. Okay everyone, so let's begin by meeting at the back of our mats today in an easy kneeling position. If being on the knees is not comfortable, just take whichever other position feels right for you. And we're just going to start by bringing the hands onto the shoulders and just starting to make some nice big circles with the elbows. But trying to make this movement as big as it possibly can be. So maybe bringing the elbows together as they come forward, pointing them all the way up towards the sky, and then sending them back and down as much as we can. So we really start to feel a nice big opening through the chest and a little bit of a stretch through the upper back. Take one more of these and then drop the hands. As we inhale, we're going to sweep the hands up towards the sky. As we exhale, bring the right hand onto the floor and reach up and over with the left. Keep the chest facing forwards, breathing into the left hand side of the body, feeling that nice deep side stretch here. And then inhale, come all the way back up with both hands. Exhale, left fingertips to the floor, reach up and over with the right. Again, deep breaths here, breathing into the right side body. And then inhale back up. We'll take one more each way. So exhale, up and over with the left fingertips. And then inhale back to center, exhale up and over with the right. And back to center, drop both hands, keep the toes together, take the knees as wide as the mat, and then start to crawl yourself forwards into your child's pose. Keep the bum back towards the heels, and then start to reach the forehead down towards the mat. Just taking a few deep breaths here in your child's pose. Releasing the chest towards the floor, keeping the hips nice and open. Take one more full breath here. And then go ahead and release out of your child's pose and roll yourself forwards into your tabletop. So wrists are under shoulders and knees are under the hips. And we're just going to flow through some cat-cow here. So inhaling to look forward, dropping the belly. Exhale, chin to chest, round out the spine. Inhale, rolls forwards, looking forwards, tailbone up. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding out the spine. Nice, just flowing here, in time with your own breath. Nice big inhales, releasing exhales. Wakening up the spine, starting to feel a little bit of movement through the shoulders, maybe through the hips. We'll take one more full breath here. And then eventually come back into your tabletop, back to center. Nice, from here we're going to engage the core and reach the right leg out and away. So just pointing the toes away here, imagining that someone is maybe pulling you by the right toes, pulling that leg a little further back. Take a nice big inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to send the right leg over towards the left hand side of the mat, drop the toes onto the floor, and then take your gaze over the left shoulder, looking back towards those toes. Holding it here. And then bringing the gaze back to center, bringing the right leg all the way back up. and then bend that knee and step the right foot up in between the hands, coming into a low lunge. So we can either keep the fingertips on the floor here, or we can bring the hands onto the front knee, whichever feels better, and we're just going to find a little bit of a sway side to side with the hips. So just getting a little bit deeper into the hips here. Very nice, and then eventually coming back to center. Keep the right foot where it is, start to shift the hips back, straightening out the right leg into your half splits. And if it works for your body, maybe we lift the right toes, point them back towards the knee, just deepening that stretch through the hamstrings. Take one more breath here. And then plant the right foot back to the floor, pass back through your low lunge, and then we're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the back knee off the floor and inhale to reach both hands all the way up to the sky in our high lunge here. Sitting just as deeply into that front knee as feels good. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, take both hands behind the low back, interlink the fingers, roll the shoulders open. Finding a little back bend here. Take one more breath. And then release the hands. Reach the fingertips up, high lunge. As we exhale, we're going to lower the hands, open into your warrior two. So the back toes spin open towards the side of your mat. Gaze is forwards. Keep that bend through the front knee. Take an inhale here. And then as we exhale, drop the back hand onto the thigh and reach the front arm up and over. Keep that bend through the right knee. One breath here. And then come back into your warrior two. From here, straighten out the front knee and keep the soles of the feet stuck to the floor. Start to reach the front fingertips forwards. And then drop them down, maybe onto the thigh, the shin, or the floor, and reach the back hand up towards the sky. Creating one long line here, all the way from the right fingertips to the left. Take a big inhale, and a full exhale. And then come all the way back up through your warrior two. Let's inhale, pivot on the back toes, back into high lunge. And then bring both hands forward, planting them onto the mat. Stepping back with the right foot, dropping both knees to the floor, and taking a quick child's pose. So stretching the fingertips forwards. Forehead comes to the mat. Just take a few deep breaths here. Settling the breath, connecting to the body, maybe noticing how you feel at this moment. And then whenever you're ready to release, rolling yourself forwards, coming back into your tabletop. And from here, we'll just take a few more cat-cow. So inhale forwards, exhaling under. Taking just a couple of breaths here. And then eventually coming back to center into your tabletop. And then engaging the core and lifting this time the left leg out and away. And we're just holding it here. So the core is engaged, the arms are strong. We can point the toes away and imagine someone is pulling you by the legs. So we start to feel a deeper stretch through the very front of the left hip. Take a nice big inhale here. And then as we exhale, we start to send that left leg towards the right, maybe drop the toes onto the floor, and then look back over the right shoulder towards those toes. Breathe into the left side body. And then bring the gaze back to center, bring the left foot back to center. And then let's bend that left knee, step the left foot up in between the hands, send the hips forward and find your low lunge. So the hands might stay on the mat, or maybe we bring them onto the front knee here. It doesn't matter, we're just going to find a little bit of a sway from side to side so that we start to feel a deeper stretch through the very front of the right hip. Giving everything time and space to open up gently. And then work your way back to stillness. Keep the sole of the left foot stuck to the floor as you shift the hips back, straighten out the left leg. And if it works, maybe take the toes back towards the face. Breathing into the hamstrings here. Maybe folding the upper body over that front leg. Take one more full breath here. And then we come out of this by planting the front foot back onto the floor, bringing the hands to the top of the mat. Tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee. Find that strength from your core and then inhale to reach both hands up into your high lunge. Nice, sitting just as low into that front knee as feels good. Take a nice big inhale here to reach it up. As we exhale, drop the hands behind the low back, interlink the fingers and roll the shoulders open. Maybe look up here, creating a slight back bend. Take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, release. Reach the fingertips up into your high lunge. And then exhale into warrior two. So drop the hands, spin the back toes open. Gazes forwards, holding it here, finding strength within the body, strength within the breath. Take a nice big inhale, and then as we exhale, drop the back hand onto the thigh and reach the left hand up and over. Hold that bend through the front knee. And then release back into your warrior two, fingertips reaching away from one another. And then straighten out through the front leg. Start to hinge forwards here. So reaching towards the top of your mat. And then dropping the hand wherever it comes. Maybe it's the ankle, the shin, the thigh. And reaching the back hand up. Breathing here, strong through the legs. Remember, one big long line from right to left, fingertips here. Roll the chest open for one more big inhale and a full exhale. And then release back into your warrior two, bend the front knee. From here, sweep both hands up, pivot on the back toes. Take your gaze down towards the front foot. And then step forward towards the top of your mat. Inhale to reach the hands up. And exhale. Nice, keep the fingertips reaching up. When we next inhale, maybe we stand a little bit taller. Maybe we start to come onto the tippy toes here. Find your balance, find your strength. Maybe bring the hands to face forwards. And then bring a bend into both knees. Start to sit the bum back, and we're just going to see how low we can come here. We're trying to bring the bum all the way down towards the heels. And then maybe we can bring the bum back to the mat and roll yourself all the way back onto your mat. When we get there, bring both knees in towards the chest and maybe take a little bit of a rock from side to side. And then coming back to center and finishing off with our final posture, which is our happy baby. So we can start to open up the knees towards the sides, flex the feet, and imagine you're trying to stomp your feet onto the ceiling. And then either take hold of the back of the thighs, maybe reach towards the ankles or the sides of the feet, And just draw those knees down towards the armpit. Keep the hips nice and open. Take a few deep breaths here. Maybe we find a little rock from side to side if that works. And then eventually come back to center, back to stillness. Drop the feet onto the floor, release the hands alongside the body. And if you wish to close your eyes, and maybe take a few breaths in silence. You might pause the video and do this now. Or maybe you wish to move into a Shavasana or a meditation. Or maybe you just wish to take 3 deep breaths here. And after your 3rd exhale, you might start to bring yourself slowly onto one side and then eventually up and into a comfortable seated position on your mat. And we finish by taking one final inhale with the hands up, bring the palms together and exhale your hands to your heart center. At this point, thanking yourself for stepping onto your mat for day 2 of this yoga practice or this yoga challenge. And thank you so much for practicing along with me. If you liked, please like. If you would like to see more, please subscribe and have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste.